What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So let's talk about AMC a little bit. You know that we talk about it every day. We have to get into what happened today, what's happening in the after hours market, also about the shape and future of AMC, what's actually going to happen there, the Vortex data, a lot of that stuff, and also maybe just a little rant at the end. So before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the other links in the description. It does help out the channel. Now, thank you everybody that joined my live stream this morning. I think we had like a max of maybe like 600 people, 600 concurrent viewers at one point. So I was happy with the amount of people that came through. Thank you guys for showing up. But when we looked at AMC this morning, it wasn't really making positive moves, right? It was down about 2% when we started, and then it started to slowly creep down to about 5%, then recovering all the way back to about 1% or so, and then decreasing to about 5% again. When it actually opened, it started to increase before the open. Just like I said, I called that it was going to be opening at about 45.20, and that's where I thought we were going to see it settle at, and start to make its move in the open from there. And I said it was going to come back to about 43, increase to about 50 plus, 53, 52, 53. And then slowly start to decrease to where it would close at about 49. That's where I thought we were going to see today with the amount of movement. Now, it started off the right way that I hoped. Right when I was looking at it, started to increase, got up to about 44, looked like it was about to open at about 45, just like I said, but didn't end up making those moves. So let's go through exactly what happened today. We're going to go through the day. And like I said, we had this large dip, which doesn't make sense. We had about 5,000 shares worth of volume. This is one reason why I hate the after hours market, which we can get into at the later half of this video. But you could see that we did decrease and then start to increase there, flatten out, start to decrease just like I said, and then kind of level out down here. Now, what I did see was I ended my live stream somewhere around 8 o'clock or so. I think it was 8:30. And then we seen it start to increase here, getting up to about 44, thinking that it was going to open at like that $45 mark, just like I said. Well, it ended up falling back, opening up at $44.45, which is not too far off from what I said at $45. It's not too far off, but we could see that it did decrease, just like I said, down to about 43. Just like I said, it started to increase. We started to see that rapid move. I expected this probably to remain at 43 for a little bit longer before it does bounce, but it did have a very quick movement up to about $46.55 to where it all of a sudden started to fall down and did not let up. Fell down a little bit, dropped down to about 43 again, seeing maybe a double bounce here, a double bottom. And then it went up to about 45 to where it started to decrease again, started to stair step. And you know what they're doing. They're shorting the position. They're doing a lot of illegal things, even though you're not really seeing it all on paper, which it does sound kind of weird to say, hey, you're not seeing, all the shorts happen on paper, because you see by the Vortex data, they may be borrowing close to what they're actually returning, right? And they return or they borrow some on previous days and they don't actually short it until days in the future. So just know that that does happen. So they can borrow things, maybe a couple of days prior to when they're actually going to short it heavily. Then you started to see this increase a little bit to where I guess they were returning a little bit of shares up to about 43 to where it did decrease again. I thought we were going to see this make a move, maybe close at like 45, 46. That would have been phenomenal, but it ended up started to drop down and decreased to where it closed at $42.44, around 8% down, 8.12% down, which we had about 61 million shares worth of volume. I would imagine a massive amount of that was short volume. And now we're seeing it down in the after hours market as well, down about 0.42%. Now, I wanted to just give my opinion here. Let's look at the Vortex data before I get into this overall situation. So Vortex is not loading for me. I don't know why, but we can see that we're at 18% short interest and free float. That's around 95 million shorted shares, and the short interest change was about it was negative 0.9. So we've seen this decrease because basically they return more shares than they borrow. Basically, they're trying to show us a clearer picture on how they're right and we're wrong, right? This overall situation is absolutely ridiculous. And I wanted to get on a little bit of a rant here, and I'm sorry if you don't like this, but it just really pisses me off. It seriously pisses me off that nobody else is doing anything about this besides the retail traders. You know what I mean? It seems like they really want the hedge funds to run the world, people with money to run the world, and people that are, retail traders that are, lower middle class, whatever their status actually is, and they're investing into the stock market. They want them to fail, 10 times out of 10. They don't want them to succeed any time, or maybe they want them to succeed a half a time so that they can get excited about the fact that they succeeded and then lose more money, right? It's ridiculous what they try and do, and all of this naked shorting that's going on. We understand the overall situation of what's happening with the naked short situation, right? We know that they're doing illegal things, but nobody's doing anything about it. The people that are supposed to do something about it are not doing anything about it, while we're over here, basically telling them, hey, look, this doesn't look legit, does it? Look at the stock closer. Why are you not digging into this? But if we had something that was going on with us, the retail traders, we decided, hey, you know what? We're all going to man together and buy this. And we decided to word it differently to where it's like, you buy this at the same time that we buy this. Then it ends up becoming illegal by their standards, and then they hunt us down for basically pennies when they could be hunting them down for millions and billions of dollars. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I was gonna sit here and get on like a cursing spree, but I didn't want to have that happen today. But this is absolutely crazy to think that nobody else is doing anything about it. What do we have the SEC for? What do they actually look at here? Who are they looking at for illegal things? Are they looking at the small change people, or are they looking at the people that have billions of dollars that are putting it all into one area in order to make a ton of money for their own business? It's ridiculous. And basically to say like, oh, if you don't want to get investigated, create a hedge fund. That's basically what we're saying here. How about every single retail trader creates a hedge fund, and then we and then we start investing in things like are against all of these other hedge funds. It's ridiculous to think that nobody is doing anything there. And I wanted to bring up the pre-market a little bit because it shows the manipulation as well. Like I absolutely hate the after hours market. I hate the after hours market, pre-market, because every single time that you see a position that's increasing a crazy amount, you can go across the board and look at any position you've seen the increase 100%, in the after hours market and pre-market, or just in the after hours market. I guarantee 9 times out of 10, that position will come back to a normal state in the actual market open. So when it gets to the after hours market, it's going to increase 100%. It's going to decrease all the way down to where it was prior. So where it closed at or close to it, maybe $2 above it. So a lot of the time when you think that, oh, well, you know what, this increased so much, it looks like a great position. It was less liquid at that time. It was manipulated by these hedge funds, by the people with money. And you can see something in the opposite direction of what happened with AMC. This decreased, by $3 here. $3 it decreased by, with only 12,000 shares worth of volume. If you've seen that in the actual market open, it would not affect it at all. It would basically affect it probably in the form of pennies, not in the form of dollars. To say that that's going to decrease from $46 to $43 by just trading 12,000 shares worth of volume, that's illegal in itself. I really don't understand. There has to be a massive form of naked shorting that's going on everywhere, because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I hate to just have all of this venting, out to you guys, but it feels great to be able to get it out. And hopefully you guys, feel the same way. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. There's so many things about this stock that does not make sense. And this is why we continue to hold. They continue to do illegal things. We continue to do what we feel is right. That's going to, 1, gain us money, and 2, prove to them that they're doing illegal shit. It's just ridiculous. Just stop what they're doing. That's all you have to do, is just stop. You're losing billions of dollars, but if the actual investigations went on, you would lose much more than that. But it doesn't happen. So all of these SEC filings and all types of rules and regulations don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. They really don't. And I'm fully convinced that anytime any of those things are brought up, hey, how is this going to affect the stock? It's not going to affect it at all. That's where I stand. It's not going to affect it at all. I don't care what you say and what what actually happened, whether it's on some sort of threshold list, whether they're actually going to investigate all the naked shorts out there and they prove that they're going to do that. I don't believe you. I don't. So anyways, guys, it's ridiculous. I can say that over and over and over again, but either way, we're still holding. We're still doing what we have to do. I'm still doing what I have to do. This is not financial advice. It's merely just my opinion, right? But I'm still doing what I have to do in order to prove to them that, one, we're not dumb money. Two, we're going to make money here. And three, they're wrong. They are insanely wrong. Anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'm done with this video. I appreciate you listening to me vent. If you got to this point, let me know that you watched to the end. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one.